there's two of the students came from Georgia Tech, taking lessons in the second office. And so now we have our speaker, His Grace Gopataj Prabhu. He'll be highlighting about Damodar month and glories of the Damodar. And then after the class is over 5:30 p.m., then we'll have Damodar Arati for everybody with Damodar Ashtakam. And then there will be a more announcement, and then there will be prasadam for everyone. And then also we'll honor the sponsor for the Sunday feast. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So Emerson and her mom, Vitan and Kelly. Let's welcome them. They came for the first time. I had a chance to talk to them for a few minutes when they came. They were taking a notes. They were going for a world region class, which is very nice. So many times you get so many students like that who come for the world region class here. And they take so many good notes about our temples, from the Bhagavad Gita, many things. It's very beautiful, very nice. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Krishna, everyone. Thank you for coming. Vanchikaptarubhyascha kripasindubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. My obeisances to the entire audience, without whose mercy I wouldn't be here. So we will chant a few prayers before we begin today's discussion, as usual. Just for the sake of those who are not familiar, you people, these prayers invoke like a very auspicious nature, very auspicious atmosphere. And so before we start even discussing this knowledge, there are prayers that come from this knowledge that give us the potency necessary to hear this knowledge. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 So, these prayers you can chant along with me, please. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswati vyasam tato jayamudiraye. Before reciting this Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisance to the personality of Godhead, Narayana, unto Nara Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vedavyasade, the author. Vasudeve Bhagavati Vasudev Parojita Janmayatso Vairagyam Jnanam Jaya Tasimsu. Ahai, to come, tongue twister. By rendering devotional service unto the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, one immediately acquires causeless knowledge and detachment from the world. Dharma svanustita pumsham vishwaksena katasuya natpada yedhyadiratim shramayeva ikevalam. The occupational activities a man performs, according to his own position, are only so much useless labor if they do not provoke attraction for the message of the personality of Godhead. Nastra prayashu abhadreshu nityam bhagavad sevaya bhagavad vimashloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotees, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed. And loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Vanchikalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Let me adjust my view here. So this is the basic topic for today's discussion, becoming fearless. In this world we live, there's always fear, danger. And People are afraid of things they don't know. People are afraid of people that might harm them. People are afraid of certain groups. People are afraid of sometimes the police. Some people are afraid of soldiers if they're not from your country. People are afraid of many different things. Fear. In a material world, there's a lot of fear. So we're going to get some insight from the Bhagavatam. And because this is a very special month, as we discussed last week, and we have been discussing the month of Damodar, we celebrate Krishna in his form as a baby, tied with rope by his own mom, some type of punishment. So we're going to discuss a bit from that angle, Krishna in his youthful pastimes. This verse we chant daily. This is the second verse from the Damodarastakam. So please chant with me. Rudam tam mohur netra yubam ridantam karam bodha yugena satam ganebram muspasakam pati rekam kakanta stijaya namodaram bhaktivaram. Upon seeing his mother's whipping stick, he cried and rubbed his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes were fearful and his breathing quick, and as Mother Yashoda bound his belly with ropes, he shivered in fright, and his pearl necklace shook. To this Supreme Lord Sri Damodar, I offer my humble obeisances. So, very unique prayer. If we keep in mind, we're talking about God. So here's someone who's obviously seeing God as a very young person, a young toddler age. And he's offering his obeisances. Why? Why would anyone want to do that? Who could conceive that a little child appearing to us would even be God? Very difficult. Because when we think of God, I'm talking Western Hemisphere, actually right now the whole planet. There's very little deep insight when you say God. Those who have been trained in so-called mundane knowledge even reject the idea that there is a God. But here's a person, Satyavrata Muni, great sage, wrote these prayers. And he describes this scene, and he describes at the end why he wrote this. It's very poetical. Why he wrote this prayer. He's offering his obeisances. Obeisances literally means when you get down on your hands and knees, or it can even be totally flat out, called dandavats. Offer your obeisance to someone. So in the Western world, we're not accustomed to that. You don't show that kind of respect to anybody. There was a young man, I mentioned this pastime before, a young man met Srila Prabhupada when he visited Seattle, Washington, many years ago, 1975, 76. Maybe even 74. Anyway, a young man, when everybody in the room stood up when Prabhupada came in and offered his obeisances, one young man was just standing there looking. And after they finished, he was still basically staring at Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada, inquired, was something wrong? And the young man said, well, my father has taught me I don't get down on my knees to anybody in this world. And Srila Prabhupada said, basically, you will get down on your knees when death comes. And his eyes were awakened. And Srila Prabhupada explained, you have to get down on your knees to many things in this world. And certainly to pay your respects to somebody qualified is a big plus for you, instead of using the arrogant approach that he's no better than me. But anyway, Srila Prabhupada, in a few minutes, less than a few minutes, educated this young man to such a point that he understood the reality. So, obeisances are very important. And here we're seeing, we're offering obeisances to Damodar. Damodar means the belly. Mother Yashoda, Krishna's mother, tied him to a grinding mortar because he had been acting naughty. Nobody here has any doubt about what a naughty toddler can do. They can do anything they want, and they try it. So, Mother Yashoda, having heard from others that Krishna was stealing yogurt, stealing butter, throwing it to monkeys, all kinds of nonsense, she decided she's going to punish him this time. And so she had to run and catch him. He was running away. And finally she did catch him. And here we see, at first she had a stick, a little branch in her hand, a little stick. But you've all seen little children. When they become afraid, their breathing definitely quickens. And it's like, they don't know what to do. They panic. And when she saw that, Krishna doing that, she threw the stick away. That's what he's expressing here. His eyes were fearful and his breathing quick. So she decided this kind of punishment is no good. She threw the stick away, and nearby was this big mortar for grinding. And she decided, well, he's got to learn a lesson. So I'm going to give him a time out here and make sure he doesn't go anyplace else. So this is Damodar. We have to keep in mind that when the Lord exhibited this pastime, showing some fear, it was out of love. It's not the type of fear we experience. Our fear is on a whole different level, whole different nature. This text comes from the Bhagavatam, 11th canto, sometimes known as the what's his name? Okay, his name just jumped off my tongue. Anyway, this is Narada Muni teaching Vedavyasa, the author, about his actual duties. And the way he gets into this subject, rather than expressing something, quote, like we would say, new, I'm going to give my own instructions, he goes back in time and he's quoting a much earlier instruction and giving Vedavyasa deep insight. But we'll hear a little bit about fear. Bayam dviya viniveshata syad ishad apetasya viparyayo smri tanmaya yato buddha abhajettam bhakyayikayesham guru deva tatma. Fear arises when a living entity misidentifies himself as the material body because of absorption in the external, illusory energy of the Lord. When the living entity thus turns away from the Supreme Lord, he also forgets his own constitutional position as a servant of the Lord. This bewildering, fearful condition is affected by the potency for illusion, called Maya. Therefore, an intelligent person should engage unflinchingly in the unalloyed devotional service of the Lord, under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, whom he should accept as his worshipful deity and as his very life and soul. So again, this is condensed knowledge. It's very potent, one shloka. It's condensed because it's coming from the transcendental platform. When Srila Prabhupada was translating these books, he often would say that the purports, this is a translation of the verse, but he would often say that the purports were given to him directly by Krishna. And so we can rest assured that his translation also is given to that type of personality, the Jagat Guru, the Guru of the whole world, so to speak. Anyway, this verse goes back to talking about what our subject is, fearfulness. Fear arises when the living entity misidentifies himself as the material body because of absorption in the external illusory energy of the Lord. So what's happening? Anybody got ideas? What are we talking about here? Yes?
It's kind of like being, because we can't escape mind, right? Like mind is like all encompassing. So it's like whenever you forget Krishna and begin to like identify with your material body, then fear can be it.
You're on the right track. But it's actually very simple. And that word you use, identify. We identify with the body. You wake up every morning and you don't say, today I'm a new person. The same you is there in the mirror when you get up and look at yourself and start the morning routine. And throughout the day, everything is usual. The sun has risen. We don't think about that. Who cares, you know? Well, we care, obviously. But what I'm trying to get across is that we just take everything for granted. You don't wake up one morning and start for work and everybody's driving on the opposite side of the road and going backwards. It doesn't happen. That would totally send us bananas. Everything is systematic, regimented in this world. The trees bloom with flowers, and now in the winter, like my yard, totally covered with leaves. There's nothing you can do about it. So the seasons come and go. More important than that, another thing, you wake up and you don't think, most of the time, you don't think, I'm still breathing. How is that even possible? Did you turn on some switch last night when you went to bed and said, okay, keep this thing going? Did you turn on something for the heart? How is all this happening? We don't question it. Because we have great faith in science. They will tell us what's going to happen. But no, in a nutshell, we see that because we've become so conditioned in this body, we identify it. I am John Doe. I am Mary Smith. I am Mr. So-and-so. I am Mrs. So. We've identified, so that's who we are when we wake up. We don't think about birth, death, old age, disease. Well, in the morning you might feel a pain here, a little pain. I got to get rid of this. But it's I. I have to do it. If you were really in control, you could do it. Do you do anything you don't want to do? Like, say somebody says, come clean out my garage. I'm not going to pay you. You're going to do it today. Would you do that? You're not going to do it. You have some forte. You're not going to do that. But there are certain things that you have to do. Breathe. In other words, eat, sleep, mate, defend. Got to do those things. Why is that part of this order? Have you ever questioned it? Why are people fighting like crazy right now, most parts of the world? Not only in this speck called the United States, which people that live here think, oh, this is the most important place in the world, the United. No. Srila Prabhupada said this. He came to this insignificant corner of the planet. United States, an insignificant little corner of the planet. But we're thinking, no, this is the all in all. And I'm in this political group, and in that political group, and I'm in... Oh, understanding what this first sentence is talking about. And that is, the body is not the self. And if that's the case, who am I? We have to wake up to that. Who am I? When the living entity thus turns away from the Supreme Lord, he also forgets his own constitutional position as a servant of the Lord. So that's the reason we're here, quote, born. We turned away from the Supreme. We turned away from God. We don't remember when that happened, but that's why you were born. Did anyone here choose their parents, choose their city of birth, choose all of these different? Nobody here chose it. So you were pushed into that. So again, these are the things we have to consider if we want real knowledge, to get out of this illusion, to turn away from what we're stuck in right now. And how do we do that? Well, Srila Prabhupada again showed and gave us the answer. We're going to need help. You can't function in this world without help. Somebody has to teach you everything. From day one we start. You know, a little kid, he learns how to tie his shoes. A teenager, they're thinking about, can I get this Mustang? Are my parents going to give me this Mustang? And then a little bit older, you're thinking about, I need this house, I need a house. All these things, you need help. You can't manufacture starting with your own shoe. Little kid knows nothing about shoes. You can't manufacture your own equipment. To this very, if somebody asked me to make my own laptop, I'd be at a loss. I'm not that qualified. So everything in this world, we require some help. And so that's the nature and the purpose of the Guru. Krishna sends the Gurus into this world. Krishna does that. And the Guru simply points the way for us. That's what Guru means, he who points the way. Guru can also mean heavy. Sometimes he might chastise you if you're doing a lot of nonsense. The Guru will start you off, any Guru, like Srila Prabhupada. No meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex. If any Guru on the planet says one of those is okay, you go look somewhere else. You haven't found a Guru. Maybe you found a Guru or something like that. But you don't accept that. So there's a check and balance system. If the Guru says it's okay to drink in the scriptures, it's totally forbidden. Do not take any alcohol. So there's a check and balance. And then if you read history, there have been many great sages, many great personalities, all the way up to the modern era, like the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. None of them said anything about it's okay to take intoxication. Just once a day, it's all right. No, they don't do it like that. So there's a check and balance. You read the scriptures and you listen to the Guru and you can associate with like-minded souls. That's how you can get out of this predicament. Once you do that, and we'll continue with our theme, then fear begins to subside. This is another instance of a type of fear, another instance in this early pastimes of Krishna, where Lord Brahma, for the sake of background, Lord Brahma is the presiding entity. He's the CEO of the highest planet in this universe. And I mean CEO, not like these little petty guys that try to manipulate you on the web and steal your money and ID. Not that type of CEO. Someone who knows how to control energies and different things in a whole universal environment for the sake of the people in the universe. I won't say more about that. But here, what we're going to see is that he kind of doubted his own position, and he wanted to check things out. Again, back to the theme of who is this little boy? Krishna's running around in Vrindavan doing all kinds of things when Lord Brahma, like hundreds of planets up higher than we are, notices this, and he says, who is that? I got to find out. Who is this making all this ruckus? Tandristvabhaya santastan uche krishnosa vibhayam miltrayan yasanma vima viramate hanyesye vatsakan aham. When Krishna saw that his friends, the cowherd boys, were frightened, there's that word, he, the fierce controller even of fear itself, said, just to mitigate their fear, Krishna says, my dear friends, don't stop eating. I shall bring your calves back to the spot by personally going after them myself. So here's the background. I said Lord Brahma had noticed and heard about this young boy in Vrindavan. And he went personally to see what was going on. Krishna's in the forest with thousands of his young friends. Don't misunderstand this. It wasn't like 2 or 3 buddies. Krishna has thousands and thousands of friends. And they go out every morning when they were in this particular age to take care of the young cows, the calves. That was one of their duties. So they were out in the forest doing this, and they were ready to take lunch. They were all seated around Krishna and opening their lunch. We call them bags, boxes. I don't know exactly what they called it in that day, but they had packed lunches from home. They're ready to dive in. 7, 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds get hungry when they play a lot. And that's what they had been doing. They go out to play. And so all of a sudden they realize, hey, each boy had hundreds of cows, the calves that they were watching. And all of a sudden they're all gone. And they were panicking. What? Where are they? Krishna immediately, because he didn't want his friends to be fearful. He didn't want them to get upset. He said, just go ahead and take your lunch. Don't worry about it. Got this myself. That's basically what happened. So when Lord Brahma has, like I mentioned earlier, his powers and his abilities are way beyond what we can imagine. But you have to keep in mind, he is one of the primary demigods. He's not God. He's a demigod. And so, with his potency, he had taken all the boys, all the calves that were out there, and he, in the blink of an eye, so to speak, he took them to a cave, sealed them in, and hid them away. And then he came back to see, what is this Krishna going to do now? That was his scheme. What will Krishna do now? He comes back to the same spot, and there are all the boys. There are all the calves in their original condition, everything. And so this picture right here depicts Lord Brahma when he came to his senses. He realized this young boy is Krishna. And so he's paying his obeisances and asking for forgiveness. A couple of other verses in this. It's a very long pastime, this 10th canto. All these different happenings are mentioned. But for the sake of time, I'm going to just read the English translation of these 2 verses. Text 20. Neither Lord Brahma, nor Lord Shiva, nor even the goddess of fortune, who is always the better half of the Supreme Lord, can obtain from the Supreme Personality of Godhead the deliverer from this material world, such mercy as received as Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda ki jai. So we see Mother Yashoda even today on the altar, depicting that same scene. She's binding Krishna with a rope. If you read the 10th canto, you can see all the different activities that Krishna performed in this age with Mother Yashoda. You can begin to learn the love Mother Yashoda had for Krishna. There is no comparison in this world. The only thing that would give a glimpse would be a mother in this world, how she loves her baby. It's unflinching, how she loves her little children. A mother in this world, they would let no harm come to the children. They protect them in all circumstances. And they love to see them play. They love to see them happy. They love to see them eating. They love to see them, just see them. I can't deliver what was the mood of Mother Yashoda, but it's way beyond fathomability. This is real love. This is supreme love. It's not like love in this world. Verse number 21. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, the son of Mother Yashoda, is accessible to devotees engaged in spontaneous, loving service. But he is not as easily accessible to mental speculators, to those striving for self-realization by severe austerities and penance, or to those who consider the body the same as the self. So working backwards in this thing, if what we just talked about earlier, a couple verses earlier, if you're thinking this is you, Krishna doesn't deal with you. If you actually think, I am John Smith, I am Mary Doe, if you're actually thinking like that, well, you're a long way from being able to understand who is God. What to speak, see God, if you're on that platform. A bit above that is when you actually do something, some kind of austerity to hopefully serve God. But we see, if you do that, again, Krishna's not inclined toward you. You're just doing something, like, maybe, I'm sure many of you have seen like pictures of some of these very, quote, advanced yogis. I saw a picture of a yogi sitting in meditation with a knife pierced through his arm. He's able to control the flow of blood. He's able to sit there peacefully. But what he failed to ask is this pleasing to Krishna? It shows great physical prowess and control to be able to do that. But what ultimately is the gain? Krishna is not inclined toward that. Krishna is inclined toward one thing, loving service. Krishna is inclined toward one thing from all of us, loving service. So if you have a flower, just a little nice, clean flower, new, you just plucked it, and you come in and you actually are thinking, you're actually meditating, Krishna, please accept this flower. That's service. If you come in with a big bunch of roses, because you're able to afford, like 12 bunches, and you brought one to the temple, and you throw a whole bunch over there on the altar, that's something. But that's not loving service. You catch my drift, I'm sure. Continuing with Lord Brahma's realizations, there are many prayers in this chapter where Lord Brahma slowly is waking up to what is what, but we're just going to read a few of these. He's now praying and talking to Krishna, which will help us understand ourselves. What am I? a small creature measuring 7 spans of my own hand. I'm enclosed in a pot-like universe composed of material nature, the total material energy, false ego, ether, air, water, and earth. And what is your glory? Unlimited universes pass through the pores of your body, just as particles of dust pass through the openings of a screen window. Any questions on that? It's self-explanatory, basically. But the next verse, text 17. Just as this entire universe, including you, was exhibited within your abdomen, so it is now manifest here externally in the same exact form. How can such things happen unless arranged by your inconceivable energy? So that's the key. Krishna has Shaktis that are, Shakti means potencies, powers that you can't explain. Because in this world we're very regimented, as we mentioned. A man walking out on the sidewalk cannot suddenly just fly because he's thinking, I'm the bird. Can't fly. You have no control over gravity. You have no control really over day and night. Rain. This morning it was raining. Now what do we see? Some sunshine. We can't control it. But Krishna has inconceivable energies. So this little tiny, maybe 3.5-foot boy, 4-foot boy at the most, he's the controller of the universe. Now, how can he do that? He can do it with inconceivable energies. He can appear where he wants to and do what he wants while other things are going on. We can't do that. Like if I wanted to be home right now, and we go back to our example, if I wanted to be home and clean out my garage, I can't do that sitting here. I got to go back and dig in and start doing it. Krishna is not like that. He's not like us. He's inconceivable. He's in every universe that he manifested. He manifests these universes with all the living entities in them. And then he relates to them all, if they want to relate to him. That's Krishna. That's how this little boy, and now he's standing on our altar, and the first thing he was saying, well, that's a little statue. It's not what I've been talking about this whole time. And so we can see, it's not just some statue. What's the use of a statue? I can put a statue of anything. Not going to give me any money. That's the first thing I'm thinking. Let me make a statue of this and I'll worship it and I'll get wealthy. That's idol worship. When the deity is installed on the altar, that's a different thing. So that's how Krishna, even though we can see him and Srimati Radharani right now, they're standing on the altar. We can see them, but he's everywhere. We can't relate to that because we can't do it. And that's why we're here. We became envious that God could do all these things, and we couldn't. We wanted to try to be God. Doesn't work. Let me prove right here. I can raise my hand. It didn't work. I regret coming here. I don't know when, eons and eons and eons and eons and eons ago. Wandering around. A couple weeks ago we mentioned there's 8,400,000 species of life. 400,000 species of human being. And the Bhagavatam says, on this planet right now there's only one species, us. So Lord Brahma continues. Therefore this entire universe, which is like a dream, is by nature unreal, nevertheless appears real, and thus it covers one's consciousness and assails one with repeated miseries. This universe appears real because it is manufactured by the potency of illusion emanating from you, he's talking to Krishna, whose unlimited transcendental forms are full of eternal happiness and knowledge. Satchi Ananda Vigraha, that's Krishna. So Lord Brahma has all these realizations over his mistake, that the only one that could have done that, because there's no one higher in this material universe than him, would be Krishna. The only one who, not only did, if you read the pastime, you understand that Krishna did this for quite a while. Krishna meant himself became each individual boy. He became each individual calf. And at the end of the day, when all the boys are supposed to return home, he returned to each individual home. Because he loved the parents so much, he didn't want them to be upset that Brahma has taken all the kids and the calves, and the first thing the parents are going to say, you're not going out in the forest anymore. Krishna didn't want his friends to be upset, so he became the friends. And he maintained this for quite a while. And even the parents and everyone in Vrindavan began to love their children even more. They began to love their calves even more. They didn't know what was going on. It's just that Krishna gives off the shouting. So Lord Brahma, realizing his mistake, is giving us some insight on the potency of the Supreme Lord. Ajnana samyo pava banda moksho dvo nama nanyo starita jnana bhavat ajasra chityatmani kevale pare vicharyamane taranav eva hani. The conception of material bondage and the conception of liberation are both manifestations of ignorance. Being outside the scope of true knowledge, they cease to exist when one correctly understands that the pure spirit soul is distinct from matter and always fully conscious. At that time, bondage and liberation no longer have any significance, just as day and night have no significance from the perspective of the sun. So, an immensely important verse, if we listen to it. The conception of material bondage and the conception of liberation are both manifestations of ignorance. So that shows us once again our position. Because mostly people are thinking they're bound by something, or they got freedom from something. Whatever it is that holds us back, that means we have this conception. It's holding me back. I'm not able to do it, and I'm going to be able to do it. I just have to practice such and such. Also, one thinking that he or she is liberated. Same thing. If you're thinking that, then that's beyond the actual true knowledge. The only way we can get rid of this is when we see correctly, when we understand, I'm not this body, and I actually am a servant of the Supreme. That might deter some people, because they say, that turns me off, because I don't want to be the servant of anyone. I don't want to serve, I want to be served. As long as we maintain that idea, then we'll be here in this world, birth after birth after birth. Because we have material conception of what is service. We want to be served, we don't want to give service. That's the natural position in this material world. So when we find out in the beginning we should serve Krishna, serve God, well, what do you mean? We have to understand what that means. It means giving out of love. So with a little bit of, as Rita Ananda says, sufficient brain substance, gray matter, ability, intelligence, we can see, just like the example of a husband and a wife. The husband serves the wife serves the husband. It's the way it is. They don't force, it's not forced. If it's forced, the police will be there soon to get one or the other. You can't force it. You cannot force someone to love you. When you got married or you're going to get married, basically you're marrying because you love. If you're not marrying with love, eventually there's going to be some difficulty. That's the material world. So we can see clearer what that love means. We have to turn that love to Krishna. So the husband is serving the wife, and the wife serving the husband because of Krishna. This is the Vaishnava understanding, not the mundane, where I serve you because you're going to give me what I want, and I serve you because you're going to give me what I want. That's still I, me, and mine. That's what we're trying to clean out of our garages, so to speak. We tend to carry our garage around here in our head. So much stuff in our head, it's natural. Oh, I thought this screen had popped full all this time. My apologies. But you're still seeing this. Before, it should be giving, anyway, we'll continue. This bondage and liberation theme, ultimately we have to get rid of it. And we have to convert it, whatever we're doing. Like if we just have a flower, out of love we offer it. If we just cooking a simple meal, out of love we offer that to Krishna first. So you don't have to live here in the temple. Guys, you don't have to shave up your head and stay bald. You don't even have to put on a dhoti. You can do this at home. You say, well, I don't have an altar at home. I don't have... Yes, you do. Get a little table, it could be this small, and put a picture of Prabhupada or Gaur Nitai on this table. That's your altar right there. And offer the food stuff. Well, I made some rice and a couple of pakoras and some beans. So offer it to Krishna. This is what the Bhagavatam is aimed at. And of course, if you can do more, do more. Not that you can do less. Oh, all I need is a little table like this. You're going to give Krishna this little dinky table, and then your table you sit at in the dining room is made out of, mahogany and polished, and you got to serve it. No. Give Krishna that table if you got such a table. You have to always keep him. Otherwise, you'll keep saying, oh, this is suitable for Krishna. Here you go. So we have to be careful of such things creeping in our consciousness. We're going to finish up with we're going to take a little 2-minute trip, so to speak. We're going to Vrindavan, just to get a little inspiration. What Srila Prabhupada has given us. We're going to go to Vrindavan and see how Srila Prabhupada operated. This last shloka. Sakyatam parihasyam va stobam hiranam evava vaikunta namagrahanam asheshada haram vidu. One who chants the holy name of the Lord is immediately freed from the reactions of unlimited sins, even if he chants indirectly to indicate something else, jokingly, for musical entertainment, or even neglectfully. This is accepted by all the learned scholars of the scriptures. This is a quote from the 6th canto concerning how Achabil woke up. But anyway, it's very important to understand this, the potency of the holy name, and not misuse the holy name. Because once you know this, you can try some of these other methods and think you're going to get away with it. Well, it says right in the scripture, you can chant jokingly, Krishna. Who is that Krishna? That's jokingly. It has a tone of arrogance. Those Hare Krishnas, what are they on the street for? They're always on the street singing this Hare Krishna. For that person that said that on the street, immense benefit, even though they don't know it. If I go on the street with that attitude, it's hopeless. For musical entertainment, here a lot can be said, but I'm not going to get into all the ins and outs of this, but keep that in mind, musical entertainment. Some people can chant extremely nicely with instruments, harmonium, chanting perfectly. That's good. But if your motive is that you want to be recognized and have the biggest YouTube channel, rethink what you're doing. If your motive is fame, and fame can sneak, you might not even be thinking about it that way. It's just, oh, well, I'm building up a nice following. Lots of people like the way I do it. Chanting. So we don't want to chant with that in mind. Even though in the Shastra it's saying, even if you chant for just some musical entertainment, if you open up YouTube or whatever and you hear this, there's some benefit. But for the devotee who's serious, in the heart, you don't want this. And finally, before we get to that trip to Vrindavan, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I guess what made was get the gist of this. I had it spread the full screen.
So today is Black Friday, but for us, today was the beginning of Sri Prabhupada's book distribution marathon. And it reminded me of my last day in Vrindavan when we visited the Radha Mandir. Now for me personally, the highlight of visiting this temple is always the study of time in Prabhupada's rooms. Because it is in these rooms that the Krishna consciousness movement actually began. Isn't it amazing how international spiritual
Current room, Prabhupada's room that this is how Srila Prabhupada.
One story is that Prabhupada would sweep this courtyard very late at night outside Rupa Goswami's samadhi, pleading for his mercy that he can fulfill the order of his spiritual master. It is also said that he personally met Rupa Sanatana and Jiva Goswami here, and they gave him their lessons. The rest, of course, is history. As we know, the Mahamantra was spread to all four corners of the earth. It was in these rooms where Prabhupada would deeply ponder his future mission, and it is also in these rooms that he began writing his magnus opus, the manuscript for Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada for the empowerment so that we can enthusiastically
Srila Prabhupada and his so-called humble beginnings, but we owe everything to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai! Any quick question? Anything I said not even clear? Okay, pray for me that I don't become puffed up, because I'm thinking you're all in agreement that I speak very clearly. Is that the... I'm joking.
Gopataj is a wonderful speaker, and he's been serving Atlanta Temple for many years with his family. His wife, good wife Navanhari Mataji, she always makes beautiful garlands for the deities, and they're doing for this seva for decades. So let's give a round of applause for their service. So we have our Sunday sponsor. We have Parchana family. If you're here, please come forward for the mini arati. Then Pradeep and Prakriti. Pradeep and Prakriti, if you're here, please come and do the mini arati. Then Jagdish Singh family, please come. You can bring your whole family. Yeah. Dr. Sunil Singh and also Dr. Mrs. Biniti Singh, please come forward. प्रेमतत्त्वं शतवृत्ति वन्दे नमामि शरणं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं मोक्षावतिंवा न चन्नं विनेह परिषदपीहा वरं देव मोक्षं मोक्षावतिंवा न चन्नं विनेह परिषदपीहा idam te purnatha gopadamalam idam te purnatha gopadamalam sadamimana shabhirastam kimalaye नमामि शरणं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्पुण्डं नमो देव दामोदर अनन्त विष्णु प्रसिद्ध प्रभो दुःख जगन्निमग्न नमो देव दामोदर अनन्त विष्णु प्रसिद्ध प्रभो दुःख जगन्निमग्न Kripadisti Vishtati Dinambatano Kripadisti Vishtati Dinambatano Vihaleshama Madhya Mritakshi Drishva नमामि शरणं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्पुण्डलं लोकविराजमानम् कुबेरपन्नो बद्ध मुक्तय जार्वा दयामोचित भक्ति भजो विदोचा कुबेरपन्नो बद्ध मुक्तय जार्वा दयामोचित भक्ति भजो विदोचा तथा प्रेम भक्ति सकल में प्रजच्छ तथा प्रेम भक्ति Hare Krishna, considered the most auspicious month of the year, because this is the month that dear to Srimati Radharani and dear to Krishna also. So whatever service you do, whatever kirtan, whatever japa you do, whatever reading you do, or offering lamb, simple thing, giving prasad after other devotees, other people, you get so much benefit by doing this in the month of Kartik. So I request all of you who are here, you are all very lucky. Because why? Because you are with Krishna and Krishna's devotee. So I just have a few announcements for the devotees, and especially we want to also honor the Sunday feast sponsors. We have Parchana family. They are sponsoring the Sunday feast for the month of Damodar Kartik to seek special blessings from the devotees and the deities. They are not here, but they came during the daytime. So they told me that we should pray for them. So can we pray for them? I raise our hand. Raise your two hands, and you can chant loudly from your core of your heart. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then we have Pradeep and Prakriti. They sponsor the Sunday feast to seek the blessings of the devotees during the month of Kartik and also deities. So they want to pray for their family also. So please raise your hand and we pray again for them. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Actually they came from Nepal, they're visiting the temple. So it's a long distance, but they came here and they saw the deities, they saw the wonderful kirtan during the daytime. They said, okay, we want to do some seva. I said, okay, do. You can feed prasadam to all the devotees who come for the Sunday feast. It's okay, we'll do it. We did it. It's a very nice seva they have done. Then I actually request Dr. Sunil Singh and Dr. Mrs. Vinita Singh. Can you come? Please come. And Jagdish Singh, please come forward. They are sponsoring Sunday feast in honor of their two daughters' birthday, Aija Singh and Ania Singh. Please go in the other side. So, Ania, she turns 9 years, and Aija, she turns 12 years. So you're going to chant happy birthday for, maybe we should do one by one, or we should do together, both. Together? Okay. So we'll sing happy birthday to Aija and Ania. Can you remember? Aija and Ania. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Aija. Happy birthday, Ania. Happy birthday to you. Now please raise your hand. Raise your hand and tilt your two hands towards them. So you can bless those two children who has come to Krishna for his blessings and devotees' blessings, so you can bless them by chanting one time loudly Hare Krishna. But there is a different tune for this. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we'll chant 3 times Haribol loudly, and both will go and cut the cake. Both of you go there in front. Haribol, 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 Hare Krishna. So they are also seeking the blessings of the deities and the devotees in the month of Kartik for their two daughters, Anita, Aniya and Arija. So please bless them so they remain at the lotus feet of Krishna and serve Krishna throughout their life. Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol. Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna. So just have a few announcements. Then after that we'll have prasadam for everyone. So on 20th October, Monday is Deepavali, that's tomorrow. So from 6 p.m., actually from 5:30 we'll have Kirtan, and then 6 p.m. there will be Gaur Arati, there will be Sandhya Arati. Then after Sandhya Arati there will be a short speech, and then actually there will be Damodar, Ashtakam, you can offer Deep Danam, and then there will be short speech, and then there will be prasadam. By 8 p.m. there will be prasadam, so you can all come. Please take your valuable time out and do your Deepavali in the temple. We'll have also Ram Sita on the altar. You can pray to Lord Ram and Sita Devi also, because Deepavali also refers to Lord Ram coming back to Ayodhya. And then on the 22nd is Wednesday, is Govardhan Puja, the worship of Govardhan Hill. Jai Giriraj Govardhan Ki. So on this occasion, we'll have Abhishek for Lord Govardhan, Giriraj Govardhan, there will be Giriraj Sila, and you all can come and bathe Giriraj. That will start from 6 p.m. But try to come a little earlier so that we can finish the program on time. So between 5:30 we'll start a little Kirtan, then there will be Abhishek by the Pujari, then everybody will get a chance to bathe Giriraj. And then there will be a Bhoga offering to the Lord, and simultaneously there will be a short speech, then there will be a Maha-arati to the Lord, and then after that there will be Maha-arati to Govardhan Hill. We'll make a Govardhan Hill with cream of wheat, with fruits, with cakes, many kinds of sweets, and we'll offer it on the mountain. And you can all come and worship Govardhan Hill. You can circumambulate, and there will be arati also performed by different devotees. So far, three families have sponsored the Govardhan Arati, but there are 3 more spots left. We don't take more than 6 families. So if you want to do that, you can come and see me. It's a $251 donation, and you can do that Arati. Every year we get more than actually 6 families, but because of space limit, so we only take like 6 families. So there's still 3 spots left, you can come and see me. And if anybody wants to sponsor Govardhan Puja feast for all the devotees, we especially get like 200-300 people on that day. If you want to sponsor prasadam for that day, you can come and see me, or you can see Chitta Vijay Prabhu, and you can do a sponsorship. It's a very nice, wonderful day to offer food stuff or giving food to others. Because in the day of Giriraj worship, if you read Krishna book, Krishna told Brajavasis that until and unless Govardhan is fed with all the food stuff that you have cooked, nobody should eat. And then if somebody eats it, Krishna says, if somebody eats before Govardhan eats it, then there are many snakes in the Govardhan hill. The snakes will come and bite you. So Krishna mentioned that. So that's a Krishna's trick, so that everybody can come and worship Govardhan hill. It doesn't mean that Krishna is going to come and bite. Krishna didn't want to make them fear, but out of love he told, because he had so much love for Brajavasis. So they all came and worshipped Govardhan hill, and they made wonderful bhoga for Govardhan. They made so many types of laddus, and Govardhan personally appeared and ate those laddus. And all the offering that the Brajavasis made to Govardhan hill, instead of Indra. Because Indra wanted to get worship, because he gives rain. But then Krishna said, no need of worshipping Indra. Rather we should worship Govardhan hill. Because Govardhan gives us beautiful grass for the cows. By cow eating that grass, you get nice milk. And from that milk you make so many nice milk products. and you make your livelihood. So actually Govardhan is supplying everything. So you should worship Govardhan hill. So by listening to Krishna, all the Brajavasis, they start worshipping Govardhan hill instead of worshipping Indra. And as you know the story how Indra became so angry, he was mad and angry, full of anger. And he wanted to destroy the Brajavasis. But Krishna protected all the Brajavasis with their belonging, with their cows, and nothing was destroyed. Everything was protected by the Lord through Govardhan hill. So this is Govardhan Puja is coming up on the 22nd of October, Wednesday. I know you all are working, but please take your valuable time and come here. This is your temple. Come here and worship Govardhan hill. This is only once in a year. Take these opportunities. And Krishna especially said everyone should worship Govardhan hill because Govardhan is very dear to Krishna, and anyone who worships Govardhan, you will also become dear to Krishna. And then on the 25th Saturday, Prabhupada's Disciplines Day, our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada, that is his Disciplines Day. So you come, we'll have 6 p.m., there will be a Kirtan, then there will be Arati, followed by Pushpanjali, Guru Puja, and there will be also video show of Srila Prabhupada, how he is passing from this world, we'll show that also. And then there will be different disciples of Srila Prabhupada, they will be coming here, and they will speak a few words, and also encourage some of the grand disciples to speak also. So please come and worship Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada has done so much for us, we can't even think how much he has done for the world. Single-handedly, and he traveled all over the globe 14 times, and single-handedly he established this Iskcon International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and established over 108 temples with farm communities, cow protection, Gurukul schools, congregations, life membership program, college preaching, so many things established. And more than that he wrote, within that time period, he wrote so many books, beautiful books. Now by reading those books, so many people have changed their life from all backgrounds. Especially Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, these two are the main books that Prabhupada wrote, and he said everybody should have those books. When he started this membership program in Mumbai, he said that every gentle Indian family should have a Bhagavatam set in their own home and read them. So he said anyone who becomes a member, they should get a complimentary Bhagavatam set. He made that complimentary for everyone to get a set. So that means he knew that these books are so valuable that even if you don't read, but if you keep it in your home, one day somebody will come in your family, they'll read that book and they'll turn to a pure devotee of the Lord. This is the power of those books. So encourage people to get those books, please read them or give it to your family and friends as a gift. Christmas is coming, so many gifts you give during the Christmas, so this will be a very nice gift for the Christmas also. So in November 1st, Saturday, is Uttara Ekadashi, fasting day from grains and beans, and that is also first day start from Bhishma Panchaka, the 5 days Bhishma Panchaka, so you can start from 1st of November. Then 5th November is Wednesday, last day of Bhishma Panchaka, so you'll be breaking the Bhishma Panchaka. Whoever does the Bhishma Panchaka, you can come and break your fast. Here, then we have a system that you see the moon, you do Sankalpa, and then you pray to the Lord, and then you break your fast. Because you're doing some austerity for 5 days. Some of the devotees, they just fast completely on 5 days. Some devotees, they eat like, what is called, Havishanya, or sometimes they eat boiled vegetables like that. They don't eat so many opulent food. They simply eat simple food to do some austerity to satisfy the Lord. So this is the way to the Bhishma Panchak. And 5 days, if you're doing Bhishma Panchak, we highly recommend that you chant more rounds, you study more holy literatures like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, or you can do parikrama. You can go and come and do parikrama to Vishnu temple. So this will be another opportunity. And if you're not doing Tulsi Puja or Tulsi Sevan or Tulsi Jaladanam in your home, this is the time to do it. So these are all shortcut to make advancement in the spiritual life. So in the month of Kartik, if you water Tulsi, you get special blessings. If you live in Vrindavan or Mathura for 3 days or 7 days in the night or day and night, you get a special blessings also. And if you cannot do that, at least come to the temple and offer a lamp. So this way you get so much blessings in the month of Kartik. And then we have introduced this cleaning of the deity altar every Saturday and the kitchen. Very soon I was talking to Naveen Prabhu that soon we need to also have a little Mahaclean at the temple also. Because there is so many spider nets all over. Temple needs a little cleaning also. So we have only handfuls of devotees in the temple and they're all busy in worshipping the deities every day. So we want your help because this is your temple and if you keep it clean, and when the guests come here, they will have a very good feeling. So we want to have a very clean temple for Krishna. So we will encourage devotees to come and help us in different opportunities there for service. So please come and try to help us. Thank you. So this is coming on coming Saturday. Chaitanya Vijay Prabhu is going to go on with that. Oh, next Saturday, not this Saturday. This Saturday is Prabhupada Discipline Days, there, so we will not be able to have it. So next Saturday. So please try to pencil those dates so that you can take out your valuable time and come for these festivals that we are having it. And if you have any other questions or if you have anything to say, you can always come and see us. And then there is also Kirtan Mela is coming up on 19th, 20th and 21st of December 2025. And we request, please pencil those dates so that you can come and participate in Kirtan Mela. That is our annual Kirtan Mela. And there will be many devotees coming from all around the world. They will be doing Kirtan. This is 12-hour Kirtan continuously from 10 to 10 p.m. in the night. And generally people pay money to go different countries to go attend the Kirtan Mela. But here everything is free. You just come here, you chant, you dance, and you take prasad. We'll be serving breakfast, lunch and dinner. You can take your prasad and stay with us and do Kirtan and be happy. And then we also request the devotees, we are trying to install camera because I don't know, but sometimes we see in the news there are different temples or different mosques, sometimes the churches, they're getting attacked. So the management of the temple has decided that we have to install camera in different places for the security reason. We do have some camera, but we need more cameras. So for this, in order to set up this camera system, install the camera system, we need like around $2,200. So if any devotee wants to sponsor this, you can come and see me or you can see Naveen Prabhu. He has taken the initiative to install these cameras. So please come and see us and we can help with this if you want to do some seva for this one. And then the last announcement, we encourage people to become a monthly member of the temple. These monthly members, what happens now, we have like 6 times a daily worship of the deities. Then we have almost 10-15 devotees in the temple living. And we have to maintain this temple also. So this monthly membership, whatever donation we collect, we use this whole donation to maintain the devotees and the deities here throughout the month and throughout the year. So if you want to become a monthly member, there is a nice form we have kept here. You can collect the form. It's a monthly little donations. This goes towards the deities. And the service that we offer from the temple, whoever becomes a monthly member, that we will do puja for you whenever you decide, like your birthday, or if your ancestor, or your fathers or forefathers who have passed away, if you want to do some puja for them, we will do that puja for you. And if you send us the name and the gotra, we will do the puja for your family. And also we will give you the complimentary Back to God magazine subscription. We will send you, or if you come, you can collect from here. So this is the seva. Opportunities are there. Please take the advantage of it. And this is the month of Kartik. We are requesting devotees to please bring clarified butter or ghee to the temple so we can make more ghee and we offer to the Radha Damodar. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Please come and have the final darshan. And the prasadam will serve outside.